We were recording videos to get people caught up on linebackers and defensive line, and boom, Florida State lands themselves a wide receiver, and one that has a nickname, a very twitchy, quick twitch, agile nickname, and that is Tennessee wide receiver transfer Squirrel White, who now is with Florida State in 2025. Joining me to speak on that is Michael Langston, senior recruiting analyst, senior portal analyst here for Warchant.com and Warchant TV. Michael, they got themselves another guy who has production at the collegiate level. Tell me about Squirrel White and what you've learned in the last week since he's been on campus in Tallahassee.
Yeah, I'm a little giddy about this one. I'm not gonna lie. This one's good. This is good. I feel kind of a similar way I felt when they got Deuce. From a production standpoint. Now, what I love is they're two different receivers. Couldn't be farther from, you know, different spectrums of what they do. Squirrel's very good. You can put him in the slot. You can put him at the wideout. Very quick, very good speed. Gets open really well. A guy that just always finds a way to get open. Said it yesterday when we interviewed him. When he was departing FSU, he's like he wants to go to a place that's going to get him the ball, and FSU made it clear of a specific plan of how they wanted to do that. I felt the 2 days leading, just into going into the visit, I felt really good on based on what I was hearing from, some FSU contact stuff. Just you felt like this is really clicking. He got a chance to be around Thomas Castellanos, the quarterback. It felt like all the stars were aligning, and there was one where you knew there was going to be one receiver outside of after they got Deuce that they would really, really put a lot of production and value into, and I think I think Squirrel was that guy. They just felt like they had to have him.
Yeah, and well, I mean, look at the production that you have here over his time at Tennessee. He's 5'10", 165. Again, you're right. He's the antithesis of Deuce Robinson and the way he's built, the way he plays. 131 catches, 1,600, excuse me. I'm not shorting him 1,000 yards. Yeah. 1,665 yards, 6 touchdowns in 3 seasons. Also is very, very helpful in the return game, kick returns and punt returns. They're trying to build something here, Michael, where it's ready-made at receiver. Tons of questions last year at receiver. Not a lot of consistency, not a lot of production. I know they got some young guys that they like for the future in Elijah Moore and B.J. Gibson and Lane McCoy, but they're going after it this portal cycle to try and find some dudes who have already produced at the power football level. And this is just another one of those gets for Florida State where they got a new receivers coach and Tim Harris Jr. in the fold now. Yeah. Tell me about the recruiting process in general, maybe as you've seen it. I know you're describing it receiver in general, but either seeing Tim Harris around or Gus Malzahn. I mean, it seems like that they're not stopping for anybody here. They're moving very, very quickly in this process.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of everybody. I think Tim has been very active and a major part of what they do and the way they have a plan for what they're going to do, how they use the receivers, or what their expectations are of things that these receivers have to do. And I think they made that clear to all the guys that were coming in high school. And then same thing with Portal, where they made it clear like, we're going to throw the ball. I mean, I think D-Rob had even said that, hey, they're going to throw the rock. They're going to throw the ball. They have a quarterback that they feel like they can execute all this stuff, but you got to put player makers around them. And that's the thing of what makes me giddy about, getting a guy like Squirrel and getting a guy like Deuce is now you're starting to get experienced playmakers that you're giving Thomas the weapons he needs, assuming Thomas is the guy. You're giving him the weapons he needs to execute the plan. And like I said, one of the big problems I had with receivers, besides the drops, was the ability to get separation, open and creases and find holes. And I think with a guy like Squirrel, he definitely does that. Then with Deuce, you have a guy with a catch radius that's extremely high. And I just love the mixture that they're building. And I don't think they're done. I don't think they're finished at the receiver position. I think they would like to get one more. And I just think it really tells you, man, we talked about this, Tom. I was actually thinking about this in my head last night. Like, they might get this whole damn thing done like in January. Like literally, like the whole thing might be done before the 5th hits. And so it's close. But overall, love what they've done at the receiver position when you talk about production. And now got all 3 former Tennessee Vols that were there. You had Jason Jenkins, and then you also had the linebacker Elijah Herring, and now you get Squirrel White, the trifecta to finish it off.
Yeah, you're saying, I mean, yes, there might still be another receiver out there. Just to let everybody know, all the new blood that's coming into Florida State from the receiver ranks. Deuce Robinson, of course, at 6'6", 220. Jordan Scott, remember, from Southwest Mississippi Community College at 6'7", 215 pounds. They really like what they got in true freshman Javon Boggs. Michael, I know you agree with that at 6'1", 200. Tashawn Gelsey, Tayshawn, they were in with him. That was Florida and Florida State. One was looking at tight end, one was looking at receiver, and then they got a flip late in the process from Tariq Mallory as well. So if you're just talking about new players on campus at this particular position, you've got 6 by my count, and then you also have returners, and by returners I mean Hakeem Williams, LaWayne McCoy, as I said, B.J. Gibson, and Elijah Moore, of course.
Yeah.
So, and Jalen Brown is still on the roster. Jalen Lucas can still be one of those Swiss Army knife type players. And yet you're saying, Michael, that they still kind of want one more guy to come into the fold.
Yeah, I just think, and I hate saying this, I mean, production-wise, they were not good last year. So you have to have where you feel like you're checking off the boxes of production, that you have to get the production right. I think if you get 3, I don't think it's a guarantee they take 3, but I think it's likely that I see them finishing with another one, getting another receiver. But I think their production are I would say non-performance from the production with the receiver position has really forced them into having to do this, because they don't want to put all that pressure on these younger receivers. Now, some of them showed some flashes, and I think they can be good, but and when you get experienced guys, they can help lead younger guys very quickly, and their games start to surge up. But you just don't want to put all that pressure on young guys. Say, hey, go out there and and be a star. I think they wanted to make sure. I think Mike was really pissed about the receiver position, about the production, and I think this is his response to, I'm going to fix that crap.
Yep. He said it in the post game after the Florida. This is going to be fixed, and we're going to fix it quickly. They're not waiting for anybody to develop. If you don't develop, that's your problem. That's what Mike Norvell is messaging. And so the overhaul is in full effect here. Squirrel White, Deuce Robinson leading the way. I just listed all those names at receiver that Florida State has brought in the offseason. If you want further coverage of how we're documenting all of these things in the Premium Recruiting Board, which is also the land of the transfer portal coverage, you join us now at warchant.com for just $1. You get a week of access to try it out, look around, take a look at the PRB. You take a look at the Tribal Council. This is the largest FSU fan community in the business. We have all kinds of written features on the site, all kinds of interactive features. If you hop into the Renegade Room because you go to the ad-free tier, we've got PFF grades listed out for every single one of these players that are coming in as transfers. All of the grades, all of the access available to you at warchant.com. Again, $1 for 7 days of access. Then half off the annual subscription from there. It's an incredible deal in 2025. And Michael, I know, fills up when it comes to the post count each month here on the Premium Recruiting Board. It's been a busy, busy time, Michael, and we don't think they're quite done just yet.
No, I mean, they might not be done. There might be even visits on Monday. We don't know. There's nothing set yet, but I don't think they're done. I think they're still plugging away. I think right now, what are they at? 15. I want to say around there. So 15 or 16, maybe 16 now with Squirrel. But I think overall, they're really just addressing aggressively these needs. Now, when the beginning part of December, I thought it was kind of little laid back of, hey, we want to get the last visit and all that stuff, but as this process really kicked in, it was kind of like the car starting up, where once the car started, it was like they were full throttle, and really have been a very aggressive, and man, just, I mean, call it what it is. They're kicking ass. Like, they're doing a really good job. I mean, when you look at it, you have 4 edge guys, you have 4 offensive linemen. I've said from the start that that was the place that was going to be a win for the portal or a loss, and certainly they've addressed that. Handled their receiver position, linebackers. You got that covered. Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, it's not done, it's not finished. There's still work to do, but I think overall, you have to give them a lot of props and credit for the job they've done and how they put this together.
More proven production arriving in Tallahassee for Florida State, this time in the form of Squirrel White. And if he can catch a punt without freaking out, I'm going to be such a happy man. If you're happy watching now right here on Warchant TV, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That way, when you load up the app on your phone or you head to youtube.com, we will be waiting for you right there on your home screen with the latest from here on Warchant TV. For Michael, I'm Tom. We will talk to you next time. Enjoy the breaking news. Enjoy your Sunday night right here on Warchant TV, and we'll talk to you soon.